Hi, this chapter is chapter 4.3 of elementary and intermediate algebra, and in this chapter I'll be going over solving one variable linear equations, the addition property of equality, and the multiplication property of equality. So a one variable linear equation looks like mx plus b is equal to 0, where m and b are constants and x is a variable. So number is a solution to an equation when it satisfies the equation and makes it true. All the solutions are called the solution set. And if a number fails to satisfy the equation, it's not a solution. Okay, so you probably already know this, but this is just reiterating some terminology. It's important to be able to recognize and identify solutions and understand when a number isn't. For example, take the solution for equation 4x plus 8 is equal to 2x plus 16. 0 is not a solution because when we plug in 0, we get 4 times 0 plus 8, or just 8, is equal to 2 times 0, or 0 plus 16. So then we get 8 is equal to 16, which isn't true. However, when we plug in 4, the equation becomes true because it turns into 24 is equal to 24. Solving equations relies on modifying equations to make them easier to solve. These modified equations have to be equal to the original one, but they just take a different form. These modified equations are known as equivalent equations, equations with the same solution set. One way to modify equations but keep property of equality. The addition property of equality states that if you add the same number to both sides of the equation is still equal to the old one. Or if a equals b, then a plus c is equal to b plus c. We can use this to solve equations like this. X minus 5 is equal to 7. So x minus 5 is equal to 7. What we can do is we can add a number to both sides of the equation, and the equation will still remain true. So we can add 5 to both sides, or x minus 5 plus 5 is equal to 7 plus 5. Now, x minus 5 plus 5 just turns into x because these cancel. So now we get x is equal to 12. So we can double check our work. Let's plug in 12 for x. So 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. Is that true? Yeah, 12 minus 5 does equal 7. We can also apply, this property also applies to subtraction. If a is equal to b, then a minus c is equal to b minus c. And we can solve equations like this one. X plus 8 is equal to 15. We can just subtract 8 from both sides. So x plus 8 minus 8 is equal to 15 minus 8. So these two cancel out. So it becomes x is equal to 15 minus 8, which is just x equals 7. We plug this back in. 7 plus 8 is equal to 15, which is true. So the multiplication property and division property of equality. The multiplication property of equality states that if we multiply both sides of an equation by the same number, the new equation is equivalent to the old one. So if we have an equation a equals b, then a times c is equal to b times c. So let's solve 1/2 x is equal to 5. So what we have is 1/2 x equals 5. We can multiply both sides by 2. So 1/2 x times 2 is equal to 5 times 2. So what's 1/2 times 2? 1/2 times 2 is equal to 1. So these just cancel out. Let's pretend these never existed. So this is just x. So x is equal to 5 times 2, or x is equal to 10. We can also solve this one. Negative x is equal to negative 5. We can multiply both sides by negative 1. So negative x times negative 1 is equal to negative 5 times negative 1. So as we all know, when two negative signs get multiplied, they just cancel out. So there's no negative sign here, no negative sign here, so it's just 5 times 1. 5 times 1 is equal to 5. And on the left side, we have negative x times negative 1. So the two negative signs cancel out. So it becomes x times 1. X times 1 is just equal to x. So x equals 5. The same thing for division. If we divide both sides of an equation by the same number, the new equation is equivalent to the original one. So if a equals b, then a divided by c is equal to b divided by c. So let's solve 4x equals 20. We can divide both sides by 4. So 4x divided by 4 is equal to 20 divided by 4. So 4x divided by 4 is just x, because the 4's cancel out, and 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5, so it becomes x equals 5. There's another way to solve an equation, and we can use graphs for this, though using graphs is often a clumsier and slower process. Let's take the equation x plus 5 equals 10. We can graph y equals 10 and y equals x plus 5 to find out when x plus 5 is equal to 10. By looking at the graph, so this is the blue line right here is the y equals 10 graph, or we use this to represent 10. And this graph is our line x plus 5. And so we want to find out where they intersect, because when they intersect will tell us when y is equal to 10. And they intersect at x equals 5. So right at x equals 5 up here, they intersect. And so we know that the solution is 5. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this video.